Hello everyone, this is Alex the Blue Man, and welcome back to my Spider-Man-a-thon. For today, I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man 3. The first time I saw a preview for it was when I first bought that movie called Monster House, and watched it. And that's just it from there. There are some stuff I didn't know about it when I first saw it, like the involvement of Venom. At the time, I didn't know much about the Venom character except from the 1994 cartoon, so I knew little of him back then. But I'm still excited for it because it's Spider-Man. Who doesn't love everyone's favorite web-swinging webhead? With all that said, did this movie swing even more higher, or was it caught by a certain symbiote? Let's figure it out. As with the previous videos, this will contain some spoilers, so don't watch it if you haven't seen the movie yet. So in the movie, a lot of stuff happens. Spider-Man became a celebrity, Peter ran into some complications with Harry turning to New Goblin, the entrance of Sandman, his new suit that later turns him into a different person, a little love triangle between him, MJ, and a new girl, Gwen Stacy, and finally a rivalry between him and new photographer, Eddie Brock. Firstly, with the positives, there are some of these side stories I enjoy and got invested in, which are still Peter's and MJ's relationship, and also the introduction to Sandman. I'm a bit of a softie when it comes to romance type stuff. I was left there wanting them to connect with each other once and for all, and solemnly, it did happen. It wasn't pretty of a journey, but the payoff was enjoyably worth it in that aspect. As for Sandman, I'll save what I say about him for the later part of the video, but it just continues this trilogy streak of memorable villains to me. His soundtrack, when he actually became Sandman, is very memorable. In fact, that entire scene when he first looks around him when it was covered in sand was memorable and saddening at the same time. It's pretty much one of my most favorite moments in the movie. Another thing, I may be in the minority here, but I do enjoy the second villain, Venom. When I was young when this movie came out, I was shook by the look and appearance of him. Back then, he's just straight up nightmare fuel. It goes to show that he just works for a horror aspect of a movie. Venom represents a dark side of Peter/Spider-Man. The symbiote causes him to do things that Peter doesn't do, which is dancing around at a jazz club. One more positive I'd like to say is I think this film has pretty much the best Stan Lee cameo in the whole trilogy, so that's a big plus. And now for the negatives. For what I said earlier, there's too much side arcs than this movie would handle. In terms of story, this movie prefers quantity over quality. For what I think, the only way all of them would have worked would be if they come together for the third act, and most of them did, while a couple just concluded in the second act. For the villain side, there's one too many. I can't see for sure which villain is unneeded, so I cannot say. For the characters, let's start with Peter Parker/Spider-Man again. There's a lot of stuff going on with him, but greater than less. From Harry wanting to kill him, to getting trapped in a little love triangle between him, MJ, and Gwen, to realizing Sandman actually killed his uncle, and finally Venom warping his mind. That's just a lot of issues, meaning problems. But I was more concerned for his relationship and well-being than the other two issues. For Harry, or New Goblin, his transformation just feels abrupt and fastly paced, like I accidentally pushed the fast-forward button except that I didn't. But in the end, his redemption was a good payoff, so that's all I have to say about him. MJ is still the same. I still have the same words and thoughts about her in the last two movies, but at one time at least she tried to help, which is throwing a brick at Venom when Peter was pinned down. The new character, Gwen Stacy, is just more of a minor character, someone who Peter happened to save when he was Spider-Man, so not much to say about her. Mr. Jameson doesn't have much to do. I think he's just basically just a comic relief, though still entertaining to watch. Still nothing else I can say. Same with May Parker, though it still makes me happy that Peter visits her because family. And now for the villains, which are Eddie Brock, aka Venom, and Flint Marko, aka Sandman. Venom, like I said, represents the dark side of Spider-Man. Insane, vengeful, and edgy. Even before he became Venom, Eddie is still pretty much a bully type villain on his own. a jealous photographer. Sandman is more on the emotional side. He has an ill daughter, which puts him on doing the wrong things for the right reasons. Bad luck is what he has, and it makes me feel sorry for him, more so when he shot Ben Parker fatally by accident. But it makes me happy when both he and Peter gained closure. To describe Spider-Man 3 is, it's a film that prefers mostly quantity over quality, too much side stories, and one too much villains. But do I think it's terrible? No, I do not. Clearly the weakest in the trilogy, but at the end it was a good and solemn close to the trilogy. As much as I wanted a fourth film back then, that final scene did give me some closure, so I am fine with that. So I'm going to give Spider-Man 3 a 7.5 out of 10. Not much afterthoughts for this video, but just pray for me when I have to go through the amazing Spider-Man movies, especially 2. Though I am thinking, after these videos, I'm going to try to make a ranking video of the Spider-Man movies when I get done reviewing them all together. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down your thoughts on this movie, and as usual, I hope you all have a great, horrific day.